Greetings, Quentin Wood here, back again for another edition of the Invisible University, part one. This is a story about my last car I purchased. Now, my son was about to get his driver's license. Actually, he's got his learner's permit, but also in the news, Donald Trump was going to create some tariffs, and these would conceivably raise the price of everything, especially automobiles. So I headed down to my local dealership thinking I'll get maybe a hybrid, plug-in hybrid if possible. You know, the best of both worlds. You get the gas, got the electricity, and I went down to, I guess the first place I went, because I looked online, and I saw the Chevy Volt. V is in a Volt. And I headed down to maybe consider buying one of those because at the time the government was still offering a $6,000 incentive to buy an EV vehicle. So I head down and they tell me, well, the Volt, for one reason or another, does not get the incentive because the incentive was used once before, and it's a used car, you can't use it twice. But they said, we have a Chevy Bolt, B-O-L-T, all electric. I said, well, I'm not so much interested in all electric. He goes, well, listen to what kind of deal I can make. He goes, these were taken in by the factory because we couldn't get batteries during COVID and we had to replace the batteries. So we bought it back from the original owner, and it's been sitting around the factory for a few years now. This is 2021. So we're going to give you $5,000 off. And that's off of the what would be the used car price. So originally this car sold for over $40,000, taxes and fees out the door in 2021. It only had 17,000 miles on it, and the new batteries had only, the batteries are the kind of the core of the issue here. The new batteries only had 1,000 miles on them. And so they're offering me this car for around 14,000. Well, let me tell you how it panned out. I'm looking at the book on page 3. It's called It Pays to Find Bonuses. Real world story. The nearly free car. I recently bought a 2021 Chevy Volt EV with only 17,000 miles, originally sold for over $40K with taxes and fees. I bought the car for only $860 actual cost. How? Well, let's do the math. I got a grant for $6,000. I got a charging card for $2,000. I got a utility return from PG&E, the local electric company, of $4,000. I got a discount from the dealer, $5,000. I got an additional discount from the dealer of $500 more, just bargaining in the showroom. And I got the government tax incentives. All told, when you take off all the deductions you got and all the bonuses, that car, that beautiful car, which is one of my favorite cars ever, had no idea how much I would enjoy driving an EV, had no idea how much I would like the Bolt. That car cost me, after all the discounts, taxes, license, insurance, I'm out the door, $860. $860. Now, how did I get such a deal? Well, the premise of the Invisible University is to use the unseen knowledge, the hidden agenda in all of your transactions. Increase your personal buying power by looking up what's available. Well, there were a lot. There was the Driving Clean Assistant Program, DCAP, in California. Gives you like $6,000 plus $2,000 charging card. There was the government incentive, which was $6,000. There was the discounts from the dealers. I bargained them down $500 on top of everything else. And then there was PG&E willing to give me a check for $4,000, theoretically to install a charging device at home, but this you could just plug in. So I put the $4,000 against the price of the car. All told, I got one of the best cars, excuse me, that I've ever driven, and quite a good car for under $1,000. Pretty much new, you know. When a battery has only 1,000 miles on it, I consider that new. When a chassis has only 17,000 miles, I separate those two because they replace the battery later. That's almost free. I mean, it's definitely new in my book. And um, I love this car. My kid drives it now to school every day. It's a real asset to us. We don't use it long distances because we don't want, I mean, it does go about 300 miles, which can get me pretty much anywhere I want to go. I go to the San Francisco airport. I can go to the beach. I can go to the redwoods. Round trip almost everywhere. And besides, we mostly use it as a school car and errands around town. So the electric range is not an issue. Um, Range anxiety is not an issue. The cost of that car, I would say, is about a third of the cost of gas, and gas just shot up like a rocket. So another bonus. All in told, it was another example of how if you look closer at the details, if you look for opportunities, if you think outside the box, if you find the hidden agenda, you too will be able to live your life with an edge, like a ninja. We call it a social kung fu ninja, cutting through the bullshit and finding the hidden gems. That's all for today. Short and sweet. I'll be back soon with another episode.